all, welcome to Andrea M. D'Souza's kitchen. Today I'm going to be making a jackfruit cake for you. This is a traditional Goan delicacy and it is a perfect tea time snack with a nice hot cup of tea, especially rose tea if you have it with you. And now that jackfruits are in abundance during this season, there are so many things that we can make with the ripe as well as the raw jackfruits. So this cake is made with ripe jackfruits, preferably the Rosal jackfruits that you get. In case you don't have the Rosal jackfruits, you can also use the Kappa ones. Today's recipe is made with the jackfruit that I had got from my ancestral home in Goa and I carried back with me all the way home out here. Now, we ate a lot of the gore and the remaining I ground and I kept in my freezer so that I could make different delicacies with it. This is the first one that I'm making, this jackfruit cake. I will be making a couple of others later also, and I will put up those videos also on my channel. Now, before taking any more of your time, let's go ahead with the recipe that you've been waiting for. Either way, you will love this steamed cake. Now, before I go ahead with the recipe, just a few usual reminders. Do remember to visit my YouTube channel, Andrea M. D'Souza's Kitchen, and to subscribe to it. Also, there are a number of videos with a lot of recipes, especially Goan recipes if you like them. So do view those videos and like and share them with people who love to eat and cook Goan food. So these are the ingredients which we require for the jackfruit cake. I have around 4 cups of parboiled rice which I had bought from Goa. This is the red Goa rice. Now these 4 cups of rice, I have washed them and I have soaked them overnight. I have 2 cups of grated fresh coconut. I have 2 cups of the jackfruit pulp which I have removed. Now this is the same jackfruit which I had carried home from Goa and I said I would be making many things with it. I have around 6 pieces of Goa jaggery. These are the small pieces, not the big ones. I also have a little bit of the yellow jaggery, the organic one that we get, because I like the taste of this yellow jaggery also. We used to also add sugar at times, but this combination is good enough. Then we have around half a teaspoon of cardamom powder, freshly ground cardamom powder, and around half a teaspoon of salt. Now some of you may find this sugar a little too much because the jackfruit is already sweet. But we like our sweets and our cakes really sweet, so I've added so much. If you want to add less, please feel free to add according to what you like. So in my mixer jar, I'm first going to add this soaked rice. To this rice, I'm going to add my coconut. I need to be a little careful because I'm using just one hand and I want to make sure it doesn't fall out. And I'm going to add a little bit of water and grind it until it is nice and fine. Add water a little bit at a time because you don't want it to remain coarse. You want it to be ground fine. Okay, now this is done and I'm going to pour it in my handi. Can you see what a smooth batter it has become? See how smooth this batter has become. Now in the same mixer, I'm going to add the jackfruit. That is the jackfruit pulp. I'm adding the salt. I will add the jaggery. And I will also add the other jaggery along with the cardamom powder. Now for this, you don't really need to break the jaggery into pieces because the jaggery is already soft. But you might need to add a little bit of water while grinding because these are not the Rosal jackfruits. These are the Kapo jackfruits. The Rosal would have ground very easily, but this requires a little help. Not too much of water, just around a tablespoon or 2 for it to grind smoothly. So here's the mixture that's ready. That's the jackfruit pulp, the jaggery, the cardamom. I think there are a few pieces of jaggery in it, so I'm going to remove those out and crush them with my hand so that the consistency is okay. So the jaggery is pretty soft, so it's easy to crush with the hand. So I'll just do that, just a couple of pieces, small pieces that are remaining. And once that is done, I'm going to mix this all nicely. See, Very soon the entire thing is going to get that beautiful brown color. And see, here it's all done. So now I'm going to go to the next step, and that is of steaming it. So this is my more than 100-year-old confro belonging to my grandmother, and I filled around 1.5 inches of water in it, and I'm going to let it come to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, I'm going to put my cake tins into it. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my cake tins and I'm going to put a bit of ghee on them. Water's coming to a boil. I'm going to take these tins and I'm going to coat them with a bit of ghee. Coat them nicely so that the cake does not stick to the bottom. Now, depending on the size of your tins, you might require 2 tins or maybe more in order to finish off the batter that you have prepared. So here are my tins generously slathered with ghee because we love ghee so much. Now I'm going to pour the batter up to half or 3/4 of the tin. That's enough. I still have a little left over, so I think I'm going to get 1 more tin of the cake. Now that the water in my confro has come to a boil, I'm going to keep this tin and I'm going to reduce the heat to medium, a little between medium and high, not very less, not very high. And I'm going to cover and let it cook for around 45 minutes. Let it steam well for around 45 minutes. So there it is, getting nicely steamed. Let's wait for 45 minutes and then we'll turn it over and have a look at this beautiful cake. Right now, my kitchen is smelling so good, all thanks to the jackfruit. The smell of this jackfruit is absolutely divine. So I'm too excited to know what is happening. So I'm just going to open it and have a look. Here it is. It's been 20 minutes now. It is going to take another 20 to 25 minutes. So I'm going to let it be. So 45 minutes are up. Let's see what has become of our cake. After a while, I realized that I had not covered it. So I put this cover later. So when you're putting your cake to steam, please remember to put a little covering so that there's not much water that goes into it. It looks pretty good, but let's see. This is a skewer that I have. I'm going to put in the skewer. If it comes out clean, that means the cake is done. If it does not, that means it requires a little bit of more time. Okay, it's not come out clean. So let it be there for maybe another 10 minutes or so more. So there you see our jackfruit cake is ready. And it took a little longer than 45 minutes. So you also, when you are removing your jackfruit cake, check in case the skewer comes out clearly. If it comes out clearly like this, that means your jackfruit cake is ready. And see how beautiful it is. It is even leaving the sides right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it cool for 10 minutes or so. And then I'm going to remove it onto my plate. After around 10 minutes, I'm going to just put the knife and I'm going to take it all around. Now I can't do it with one hand because my camera is in the other. But take the knife around. It's already coming out very well, so you won't have too much of trouble. And then we'll take it onto the plate. And there you see the jackfruit cake is ready. This is the bottom part of the cake. The reason I'm showing you the bottom part is for you to see how clean it has come out. And even when you touch it, see, it is so firm. Now we can cut it into our slices and enjoy it. Okay, now there, can you see? It looks so perfect. And it's a very soft and moist cake, and I've already eaten some crumbs. And let me tell you, it is absolutely delicious. See this cake. So here our jackfruit cake is ready. Try it out and enjoy it with your family and friends. And don't forget to give me your feedback through your comments, your likes, your phone calls, your messages. And do remember to share this recipe with everyone who enjoys good food and good cooking. And enjoy this amazingly tasty jackfruit cake.